member. It's nice to have you in the studios this morning.
Good morning and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too, Horrible. Nice to have you. All right. For some months, let's say weeks, ending of last year, at the level of Ondo State politics, a lot of maneuver, being sworn, being
Acting governor.
yes, as acting governor, and now the governor, yes, the substantive governor, at the demise of the former governor of the state, Arakuri Olarutin Akiridolu. Well, given all this, what do you think Ondo State people, are they expecting now? What do you think is the mood, especially in the House of Assembly, knowing that you were formerly a member? How do you think the relationship should be? Let me start with it between the governor now and the House of Assembly. How is the scuttle, being settled, or how does it ought to be settled?
Thank you very much. A lot happened in Ondo State in the last 8 months or thereabout, but we thank God for where we are today. Um, well, ordinarily, some tax supposed to have be statesmanship. I mean, be statesmanly. They should have acted like a real man, like real men. But we still see them hovering and warming their way to the new governor. Where politician will be politician, but there should be integrity, and they have demonstrated that they don't have integrity by the way and manners they carry out their supposedly responsibilities in the last couple of months. The principal actors are well known to us. Some have taken the bold step by resigning. We have a commissioner that have resigned. We have a special advisor that have resigned. Let me quickly say this. Some SSAs and SA and his chief press secretary, the former governor, have resigned. Constitutionally, the job has finished by the governor. It's specifically in the Constitution of Nigeria. I can't really know the particular section now, but it is specifically stated that the special advisors were mentioned, but this of course affects senior special assistant and special assistant. Special advisor seeks to exist immediately at the exit of the governor that appoints them. That is constitutional. So for me, for anybody who is a special advisor to late governor or senior special assistant or special assistant that still claim is in office, anybody's January salary, we have to have some questions to answer because it's a constitutional matter. Having said that, yes, the relationship between the new governor and some of these characters, like I said, some people does not have shame. We cling on to power for anything. You can't imagine somebody that said is an enforcer, an elected person. I mean, you need to see what happened in one of the ESCO's meetings, the first ESCO meeting that was held after the second meeting in Abuja. The behavior of some persons shows that they don't have shame, and it's unfortunate. Well, I won't be too much tough this morning because we don't have much time. We have an election before us this year, and we have a new governor now who is an offshoot of the present and of the past governor. Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa is not a stranger to Aketi's government. He has been with Aketi since 2011, and Aketi has supported him to run for House of Reps, to run for Senate too, and eventually picked him as his running mate for the 2020 election. So for me, for anybody to say there's a frosty relationship between Aketi and Aiyedatiwa, then those are the people that really wanted to come between them, and nature has taken the course, and God has vindicated him, because you don't treat a man that is elected, that is superior to you, just because you believe at that moment in time you are closer to the late governor who was down, who was sick.
All right.
But they were taking advantage of his health situation then to do a lot of like hula baloo, like you said.
Okay, some of those things you said anyway, and some of those people still in government and all that, maybe it's because government is continuum and the tenure is still running. Yeah, well, you said you didn't want to say much on that.
No,
All right. At this one, considering that there is a short period for this for Governor Ayedatiwa, to round off this tenure, the brevity of time before the race to the poll for the next gubernatorial election, begins. What are those things that he should prioritize to accomplish? Those things he should prioritize.
The priority of any government is the welfare and security of the people. And I think Ayedatiwa has demonstrated that he has the capacity and capability to do that. For example, some few days before Christmas, we citizens of Ondo State, we go out, we are close to the people, we know their yearnings and aspirations. We know what the people of Akure particularly, people at Ojaba Market, people around the Democracy Park area, we know what they've been saying. And quickly, we pass this to the governor, and he just removed some of those barricades, and you saw the reaction from the people. You saw how jubilant they are. You saw how appreciative that little things. So that's just a tip of the iceberg of what should be expected from Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa. He's not a stranger to the politics of Ondo State, like I said. He's not a stranger to the people of Ondo State, and he's not a stranger in governance. Like I said, he will keep on demonstrating that ability and capacity to govern and to lead Ondo State to Eldorado.
On Tuesday, January the 2nd, 2024, Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa met with the workers at the first workday prayer session, and he did charge them on more productivity, assuring that the welfare will be the priority. Now, the concern in many quarters is how he will be able to juxtapose politics and governance, looking at the peculiarity of the time he's assuming office as the governor of Ondo State, an election year.
You see, governance is not rocket science. If you surround yourself with people that have the same ideology with you, that have the same progressive minded, if a governor surrounds himself with progressive minded, the job of a governor is not something, government is not something an individual will do. But your deliverables depends on the intellect and the capability of people you surround yourself with. Unfortunately, may God forgive former governor Oluwarotimi Odunayo Akeredolu, STNCON. We all know what he stands for. He's a man of courage, a man of his word, a man that speaks to truth. But he trusted a lot of people, and they disappointed him towards the twilight of his life, and that was the drama we saw. So I'm charging the new governor. That's why he's taking his time. One thing you can't take away from the present governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, is a very, very patient man. He listens, and he takes his time before he takes action. A lot of people take this as if he's a weakling, or he's a coward, or he doesn't know what it is. But he's very patient. He study and read and understands very well, and he listens before he takes his decision. That's why he doesn't. Throughout the brouhaha, I charge you that nobody heard anything from him. Nobody heard anything. He didn't say anything. And a man like that doesn't talk too much. We know he's made of steel and he's made of intellect. So, like I said, it depends. People are looking forward to how he's going to assemble like-minded, progressive-minded people who knows the yearning and aspiration of Ondo State people, not people that are imported from outside Ondo State, who doesn't give a damn whatever happened to Ondo State, they just take their leave. People that are grounded here, people who knows the feelings of Ondo State people who has, who has experienced and to join him to move Ondo State forward. No matter how short the time is, yes, he has like a year and 2 months to finish this tenure, and we have 3 months and few days to the primary election. So we know 24 hours is a very long time in policy. But then, if a man has the support of God, and you can't take that away from Aiyedatiwa, we know his story. This is a man who is a deputy governor that wasn't even allowed to nominate a House Assembly from his constituency. This is a man that people belittled. This is a man that appointed, treated like an outcast.
Those are allegations.
These are facts.
Those are allegations coming from you.
Because I'm an insider.
That's why I said they're your opinion, and so they're just basically yours. My concern is looking at the current calibration of Ondo State politics. What the people of Ondo State are yearning is unprecedented development that they last things political imbroglio that broke up in the state. Now, what should be the quick win of Governor Aiyedatiwa, even he will be serving the people, which he has said that will be his priority in his decisions?
You saw, he has demonstrated that, and anybody who cares to know this will see. You saw the quick way he shared the meeting that precedes the presentation of the budget. The presentation of budget was eventually done and has been signed into law at the last working day of last year, which is very significant and very important, because if that didn't happen, Ondo State stands to lose a lot from our developing partner. And he has done that. That has shown that he has the capacity to lead. Governor Aiyedatiwa's government is not going to be different from Akeredolu, because it's a continuation of Akeredolu government. The only place where I need to tinker with some of these characters that really pull us down, pull us back in the last 8 months, because when you are in government as a head, even if you are continuing in that government, you have to bring your personality to bear into that government.
What character are you talking about?
I'm talking of character, of patience, of listening, of taking on that will benefit the reality of Ondo State, not few individuals, and not a clannish leader.
So he should see himself as the governor of Ondo State and not the governor of the South.
Irrespective of where you come from. You can see that in the first set of appointments he did. He had 5 appointments. 2 are from the North Central District, 2 from the Central, and 1 from the South. Even that 1 from the South is a personal domestic, which you can't take that away from. So far, he has made appointment from the Central and from the North.
All right. As you said the government is, we are not going to be saying so many things that will be different, as it was to be running on what the former...
Going to deal with the
Akeredolu. So, and the former governor, promised to hire more medical personnel, pay outstanding salaries of pensioners, and all the pensioners are waiting. Should we expect, a fulfillment of that promise?
Of course, Governor Aiyedatiwa made this known at the first working day prayer this year on Tuesday at the Government House ground. And even the workers acknowledged that they got in the extra 35,000 that was promised due to the removal of fuel subsidy. And the pensioners too, I think they are getting a stipend of 10,000 naira extra. And he's going to continue in that direction, and he's going to do because of the fuel subsidy removal, most state governors now has more funds to play with, and definitely this will go into the welfare of the citizens.
Okay, talking about welfare of citizens, the citizens are actually looking forward to more from this government. What are those things that you think they should look out for to say, how are they going to rate Governor Aiyedatiwa within this short space?
Well, I will just advise the people of Ondo State to be patient with him, because they know his story. He's a man that is coming out from a situation that was not expected, and is just trying to find his foot on the ground. But that will not be an excuse for him not to hit the ground running. And like I said, from the few days he has governed this state now, you see that he's a man that means business, and I can assure the people of Ondo State that it's not going to be business as usual in the terms of governance having a direct contact, direct connection with the grassroots. And he has demonstrated that during this period by putting smiles on the face of people at the grassroots.
Beyond payment of salaries, pensions and all, which many, and rightly so, see as a normal thing, what should be the key areas of interventions? You've been here for a while now. You were in the House of Assembly. You also claim to be on the streets.
Yeah.
You see what goes around. If you have the opportunity of advising the incumbent, what should be his primary focus now to be able to make indelible impact on the life of the people of Ondo State?
His primary job now, and the advice I will give him is that he should listen to the people more. I think he should have to visit all the local government areas, have an interaction with traditional rulers, religious leaders, and opinion leaders. And he should have a one-on-one with them and let them know that he's going to continue on the legacy projects of the late governor, and he's going to bring in more. Yes, he has just like a year to finish the term of Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, but then a very long time in government, and a lot of deliverables can be delivered. The welfare of the people should be his priority. And yes, I find it funny when people celebrate the payment of salaries and all that. These are normal things that any government should do. So what we are talking about now is that concentrating on infrastructure development, look into agriculture and job creation, that there's going to be a recruitment of health workers. He made that known at the first working day prayer of this year, a couple of days ago, on Tuesday to be precise. And that, when there's job, there's massive infrastructure development, there will be peace and there will be progress, and people will be happy. You understand? So those are the areas, particularly agriculture, job creation, infrastructure development, and all that. So we should expect that in this.
I don't know to what extent you will agree with me. The leader is as good or as bad as his team.
Yeah.
The onerous task of assembling a team is currently before the governor. He is shopping for a deputy, and any moment from now, we expect that he should announce who will be his deputy. And you agree with me there are still vacancies he must definitely fill. You also talked about the gale of resignation. Just not even a gale now, just a few. Yeah. So, what do you think should be his target in getting qualitative people to work with him, if indeed he wants to succeed?
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier on that the quality of a leader is the success of any leader is the quality of his surrounding. And give it to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of Nigeria today. What stands him out amongst all leaders? What stands him? You know, Asiwaju was governor 1999 to 2007, and some of his colleagues are still alive. And look at his achievement. I'm not saying those the other ones didn't achieve, but Asiwaju is a headhunter. He knows how to identify the best brain and put them in the right place that will add value to his government. That is exactly what Governor Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa to do. Yes, there are some people in the cabinet and in this government that will still, add value to his government, but definitely there are some that should be excused for obvious reason, because you cannot plan to eliminate me and you still sit down with me and smile with me and think everything will be okay. He said planning to fail, or he said that he's planning to succeed. So the honors is on him to do this and to assemble.
Where is the accusing finger pointing at?
Of course, it's obvious. We know those.
Who know the ones you're talking about. So who are the ones?
The so-called cabal.
You you are calling cabal.
It's all over the media. People that said not on their lifetime he will be acting governor, not to talk of governor, and they are still alive and they are saying the government. So I don't want to dwell much about that. I want to leave that to him because he's governor, and I want to say I'm really, really close to him.
But you're emphatically saying there are still people
of course,
working with him. You
that
feel
doesn't
they
want
should
him
not?
to succeed. Quote me, because I'm relatively close to him, and for these few days that he was acting and now substantially governor, he has seen a lot, and the honors is Akeredolu. I mean, it's Ayedatiwa-led government. If anything goes wrong at the end of the day, he'll be held accountable, and there's no time. The time is just limited. Yes, the choice of the deputy governor is what everybody is expecting from now, and that because the constitution is clear about that. You must have a governor and you must have a deputy governor. The incoming deputy governor is a lucky guy because whoever he is, because he didn't have to. He did not goes through the rigorous of campaign. He's just a lucky guy that we announced.
He's a lucky guy.
That want to work with a lucky.
He's a lucky guy.
That want to work with a lucky.
He's a lucky guy.
Yeah.
That's
okay. It's a lucky person.
That means you're telling us you already have.
Person. No, don't. I've corrected myself.
Okay.
It's a lucky person. When I say guy,
you meant it generally.
Generally.
Okay, then I just.
The person that Governor Lucky Orimson Ayedatiwa will pick as a deputy to be a lucky person. Lucky person in the sense that the person does not have to go through the rigorous of campaign. He doesn't have to go through the rigorous of spending money, assisting his principal in a joint ticket. You know what I'm trying to say. So it's just somebody that the name will be announced and be sworn in. That is the lucky part. But the unlucky part, or let me put on quotes, is that he just have 1 year to spend as deputy. But I don't know whether eventually, when Lucky Orimson Ayedatiwa appear of APC, they will run together.
Let's talk about that now. Oh, yes, some school of thought believe that the adversities that the substantive governor now, His Excellency Lucky Ayedatiwa faced, in those trying moments was an effort of some people, to throw him out of the Alagbaka race. If
it's not about only throwing him out of Alagbaka race. It's about killing him politically. When you said you want to impeach a man, an innocent man that has not done nothing, they will hide under the cachet gross misconduct. What is gross misconduct? They even tell a lot of lies. He wanted to buy a 300 million naira bulletproof car for his personal use. There's no personal about a governor or a deputy governor. Even if that really happened, it will be for his official use. But all these are rules. So it's not about kicking him out of Alagbaka. They wanted to kill him politically. Because once a man, a governor, a deputy governor impeached, that is his end politically, except something miracle happen in the future, maybe it's pardon or that impeachment is reversed. It has happened in Ondo State before, and that was why some of us come in and we attack it headlong. Because let me give you a scenario of what happened during Mimiko and Olanusi. Of course, Olanusi was impeached illegally, but the damage has been done. He was impeached, the tenure ended, but he won his case as but he did not end that tenure as a deputy governor. So that was exactly what was planned for Ayedatiwa, and we saw it coming, and we attacked it headlong, using every legal means we can use without going to the street, because we know how hostile it will have been to go to the street to demonstrate, because we don't want life to be lost. That was why we ran to the elders in Ondo State. I want to give it to Pa Ruben Fashoroti, Pa Sende Arugbofa, Baba Falaye, the chief imam of Akure, and who took it upon themselves to write a letter to the president of Nigeria that he should look at what is happening in Ondo State, and the rest is history.
Okay, the rest is history, you'd say. The governor yesterday also issued a statement we read in the news that is also saying that the appointed local government chairman, that's the interim local government chairman, and those selected for the CDAs should go home.
It's not a statement from the government.
Okay, that
The
they
government
should
is just
obey the court
the
order.
government is just obeying a court order. I read so many things and I laugh. You know, when journalists and bloggers want you to visit their site, they put a very inviting headline. What happened was that we knew what happened. The state chairman of the party sat down in his room and wrote names and sent it to the House Assembly. And
what is your proof?
let me
You have made an allegation. You have made an allegation.
I'm not a frivolous person. You know me. I won't come on here and say what I don't know.
Okay.
That was why that supposed inauguration took place in the night, because they want to avoid the court order. And what they even did is not known to the law of Ondo State. They sent names of 5 people in each local government as caretaker committee member, one as chairman, one as vice chairman, one as secretary. That is not in the law of Ondo State. What the law we passed in the night assembly was that there shall be a transition committee. It is a transition committee and not a caretaker. And that transition committee, you don't have a vice chairman, you don't have a secretary, you just have a chairman and 4 members. Because they are intellectually low. They don't know the law. They go against the law, and that cannot stand. I know what I'm saying, and that's a fact. You cannot give what you don't have. And we know that it's not Governor Rotimi Akeredolu that sent that list to the House Assembly. Fact. So you can't build something on nothing. And there's a court judgment or a court ruling that stopped that. But in a flagrant disobey to the court, they still went ahead. But then, this is the morning after, and we have a new governor who nobody can manipulate, who is not sick, and who is on seat, who nobody will come and tell Baba Sokwe. So, and it's a man, though not a lawyer, but advice from senior advocates of Nigeria who are sound, who are progressive minded. So he just have to obey the court order. So anybody that writes that we are on those state government dissolve caretaker committee is just being economical with the truth. The truth of the matter is that the state government obey a court. Simple as that.
Okay, the court order in the first place was gotten the instance of the opposition party,
it doesn't matter who goes to court.
So matter. For the governor also, key into the court order, should we say there is a problem with APC then?
It doesn't matter who took the matter to court. The most important, the court does not recognize APC or PDP or LP.
Would we say there is a crisis within the APC circles in the state? Since there are conflicting interests so much like this.
I don't want to go personal too much. Okay. I won't say there's crisis in APC, but we have leadership crisis in the party. As the hierarchy from the chairman of the party, who has been behaving like a shiner in a bush shop, and who believes he can do anything without having regard. What happened was that Governor Akeredolu was a professional in politics. He faced governors and left the running of the party into the chairman, who of course most time has an agenda that is different from Governor Akeredolu.
You speak as one who has an axe to grind.
90% of APC members has an axe to grind with him.
Why is it so?
Because he's a dictator and he doesn't follow the rule of law, and he believes he has a party in his pocket.
If what your allegation is correct, then why is it that there is no visible crisis, as it were? For instance, in the PDP, the state working committee did say, look, excuse us for anti-party activities. So why is it that there is a working committee with Adetime as chairman, and there is no raised against what you have termed dictatorship? Are you the only one saying it as such?
I'm not the only one. APC members, they are more matured and they know this is an election year. That there is silence in APC, the silence is the silence of the graveyard. Go to APC secretariat. The man runs the party from his bedroom in his house. But that is not the reason why I'm here. Corporate time, and I know that definitely before the primary election, you will see what will happen.
Like what, please? Like what?
There's going to be reorganization of the party. I can tell you that for free.
All right.
Because we want to win election. We are enjoying what is happening in PDP now. you know, as an opposition that's supposed to be a real opposition, but every party has their own internal problem, and there should be internal mechanism to solve those problems. But when it now got to the stage whereby a faction said the chairman has been removed, and the National Working Committee of the party said the chairman is installed, and the faction that removed the chairman has gone ahead to have another chairman. And in the year of election, you know that by the time APC win the gubernatorial election in November 2024,
that's left for the electorate to decide.
I hope PDP will not be shouting.
We thank you, Honorable Wengamale. Let's leave all of that decision. We leave those decisions for the electorate to make when it's time for election. We thank you, Sir Wengamale.
All right, our dear viewer, that has been an engaging engagement with Honorable Lugbenga or Molly, you know, a politician. Of course, I need not tell you again from the discussion, you know, is absolutely one, and former member of the Ondo State House of Assembly. It was nice really having you on the show, and as the discussion and the trends unfold, we'll get in touch with you again. All right, that's why we'll be drawing the curtain on the show for this morning, Sunday.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being part of it. It returns Monday morning, God willing. I am Sunday Kolawole. Enjoy the rest of the day.
All right, and from me, I would say it's a new year. Don't forget again, start about actualizing your goals, you know, and so that you won't have to be in a haste at certain point. My name is Folashade Ogidon saying the rest of your day and the year as well.